Hey, just have a good day at school. You always say that, you know. It's kind of weird, you know. Valentine's Day and all that. Did you like the gifts that I gave to you at lunch and the ride to school? Yeah, I know. It's a lot, but I wanted to make you feel special. You know. I well like you a lot, and um I have a song. You know, I want to show you. Like I said at lunch. Yeah. Uh, I'm getting butterflies. You know. it's uh, it's named after you. Yeah, I know. I know everything about that, and I know how you feel. But I just wanted to show you how I felt, and not trying to change your mind, but just put myself out there for you. So you ready to listen to it? Awesome. I'm kind of giddy up about this. Right. Here's some earbuds. I got right here. So. So how did you like it? You don't need to be crying. It's did I have the volume up too loud or okay? How I made it? Well, I kind of took the instrumental from another artist and remixed it with my own and uh, kind of made it my own thing. You know, it's named out to you, and the lyrics were really, you know, put my heart into it. This past weekend, stayed up all night writing it and making the instrumental the way I wanted it to, and yeah, I hope you liked it a lot. You don't have to tell me about how you truly feel. I already know, and I just I have to respect with how you feel, and I'm sorry that I thrust so much on you. I just I just like you a lot, you know. But yeah, I I know this might be a lot, but I always wanted to ask you something, and no, I'm not asking you out. No, I already know. I already know the answer to that. It's not something that is positive for me to hear. That's okay. But I did want to ask you a couple things. You know, this bus outside, it's all fake. It's a memory. Memory in this virtual world, you know? Memory I'm reliving. You're just you're just part of that. Just a memory that I constructed in this virtual place. I don't want to ask too many personal questions since one, you're a memory of you from my past, but I do want to ask the questions for some closure. I don't know why I'm looking at the head of the bus. This ride never ends. There's no destination. There wasn't even a beginning. This ride's infinite. I know. So, let me ask some questions. Okay? You okay with that? Okay. Well, my first one is, how did you really feel about me back then? I know I wasn't the most okay person. I had a lot of problems and a lot of issues, and my friends weren't the best to hang out with. Bad influences on top of my issues of, let's call them fixations of you. Yeah, I think the reason why I liked you is because you gave me some kind of form of safety. I felt calm. The feeling of secureness. I, when I met you, I wanted to just get to know you, figure out where it went. Then you told me about yourself more, and I found out the truth of how you are and your orientation and all that. I could never fill the shoes of who you want, like the way you could never fill the shoes of who I wanted you to be, based on my fixations. Even if back then my eyes believed that you could do no wrong, my heart now knows you can never live up to that past of what I thought of you. Because you gave an inch, I wanted a mile. You tried to give me that mile as much as you sacrificed your own boundaries and to make me happy. I'm sorry I did all that. I'm sorry I did so much wrong, you know? It's a lot. I feel like tearing up. Like you're actually here and not just a memory. Not just me talking to hologram. I miss the real you. Seeing you every day. Your smile. Look in your eyes when you said how your day was. Do you remember what you said to me every day of how your day was? That's right. Normal. Got it memorized? I think, well, I can only speculate on why you said that. You just wanted me to act that way, even though in reality, I've grown to figure out normal is just a concept built by society. But your eyes of normal is what you wanted to be, or wanted me to be rather. You just wanted me to be a normal friend. Yeah, I liked you, and I liked you a lot. But I bet many people liked you. I mean, look at you. You were gorgeous, and still are. I'm sorry. I'm sorry it was too much. You know, I'm sorry it's too much, and I'm sorry that I did things that probably made you uncomfortable, like saying I liked you a lot to the point where I was comfortable saying I love you, even though we never were at that point. That's my fault. Why did you let me why did you let me play with your hair and stuff? Like, you know, just because I wanted to feel some sort of comfort with you, and that's what made me feel even more comfortable with you. Comfortable. You know what I mean. I always stutter my words when I look at you. I know, cheesy as fuck. But, see, I wanted, no, I needed you to set your boundaries back then. I was too much. I was too much, and I played with your hair, and then on this bus, at least the memory, or the virtual memory of that I've constructed, we shared our hugs here. I think I count a month's worth, or maybe it was shorter than that. A week? I have no idea. It's been so long. I just kept holding you tighter and closer, and it was weird. I was weird. You don't have to apologize for anything. It's my fault. It was all my fault, and after soul searching, I realized what my underlying issues were and whatnot. Did you ever get my message that I sent you on social media? It said you opened it, but I don't know the truth of how you really feel after I sent that. I didn't mean to scare you if I did with that. I know, I know, I know, I did so much. I tried to make it right with that message as much as I could. I'm very afraid it fell on deaf ears. As much as the past me wanted to rekindle anything left, I know the heart of me now doesn't need that, doesn't want that. I want to move on and be happy, and sometimes I do visit the memories and I binge through them within this space. On days where I feel alone and feel sad, I talk to a version of you where it's not really you. It's not really you at all. Especially in the world's climate and everything, the depression and the anxiety of societies and the government, and these memories are escape. Is an escape. You know? So, how did you feel about that message? Understand. Sorry. Hey, I know I wasn't expecting a response right then and there. I saw you typing, and then nothing happened. I felt like I scared the fuck out of you. I know the video I made back, I think 5 years ago, 6, just right before COVID hit. I was so bitter still and so angry, and I was going through our messages from my past, and I made a video out of it, and I felt like it's my story, I should be able to tell it. I forgot in my bitterness and anger that's each story has two sides, and I didn't take yours into consideration. That's why you were angry, scared, and whatnot. I'm sorry. No, I am. If I could go back and change anything, I used to say I wish I never sat down next to you on this bus. But now that I've done lots of therapy, I think the only thing I would change, maybe how intense my feelings were. Because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be the person I am today. And I mean that. You asked me why I liked you and everything, and I told you in that message. And back then you asked me, or told me that you didn't even do anything for me to have my eye caught by you. And I think the truth is that's why. I kind of just thought you were pretty, and then you were nice to me, and that's all it took. You know? The rest between us is history. It's my fault. But I think the truth is, what I wonder about the most, after it all, I think that my heart tells me that even then, my feelings were intense, in that you may have been scared, had lots of anxiety. Something tells me Your silence shouldn't be focused on for me. I said my piece, and I'm happy. And now with this memory, and then I take this infinite ride. I just wonder if you ever forgive me. That's all. You don't have to answer that. I don't owe, I mean, me anything. What you need is peace. And what I need is peace. And going through this memory is how I get my peace. Looking at a projection of you, I feel, you know, that fixation deep down. My heart tells me that it's not the same as it used to be. You know, feeling of admiration and jealousy over your partner, and I don't even know if you have one or not. Just me assuming. Do you have a partner? You don't have to tell me, it doesn't matter. What does matter is that you feel better, I feel better, after this ride ends. You guys separate ways again. Even though you're just a memory, a rejection of my past. Memories of my past. Bottom line, I think the main point of me coming to this memory is I asked it before. Do you forgive me? And on top of that, I'm sorry for everything. I take full responsibility for what I did. It's my fault. And you know that. All of that. You know? I asked this girl out, and she rejected me. That's why I'm visiting this memory, because you make me feel, or the memory of you, makes me feel that secureness. I liked her a lot too, and she's at my workplace, and I don't have shifts with her often, so I said, fuck it, I'll give it a try, and I did the whole thing where it's like, talking to her, I was like, there's this girl I like, and I don't see her often, blah, 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 and she was none the wiser that it was her, and I thought she was catching on to my hints, and when she said go for it, the next day I went for it, and she turned me down, because she didn't know, and she already had someone else in her eyes. You always said that's life, and it is. I didn't want to accept it back then. No, you're right about a lot of stuff. I always knew my neurodivergency was intense and weird for you, but I sometimes wonder if you were ever neurotypical as you seemed on the surface. But I don't know, that might be my ignorance, and me speculating on something that's not even a thing. You know, I've been in this memory for too long. Might get attached again. I think it's time for me to go. I'll talk to you again in a bit. And just remember, I'm always sorry for what I've done. You know, do that. And I miss you. I miss you sometimes. But, yep. Alright, I'll see you later. Oh, and happy Valentine's Day. Same time next week. Alright, I'll see you later. Be your heart, be a guiding key.